Delaria Roofing and Renovation. I was doing kitchen remodels. I was doing windows. We're painting. We're residing the entire house. It is very difficult as a startup to do all those things efficiently and profitably. It's very, very difficult. If there are certain people that can do it, have the right partnerships with the right crews and the right marketing, and they have a stack of cash to run all those campaigns. But in general, for most people, you should pick a trade and sell that service. It's not for everybody. I know there's a lot of people that are successful with doing multiple things, but I'm just telling you, for
It's
people that
harder
I
to
encounter.
grow that.
Oh
Like
yeah,
those are one man shows a lot of the time that are able to peel off 2 or 3 million with them and a small team, which is great. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But no offense, like those are the people that are like kind of like the contractor that's addicted to the chaos, which is fine. Like we're all business owners, but like you have chaos that you don't need to have. You're having more trouble growing and scaling than you need to have. And it's not wrong. There's no wrong way, but if you're complaining, then it's wrong. Like if you're complaining,
yeah.
this is like you can't find
They're
good
complaining
help these
about
days. You
time,
can't have this. Like
energy, or money. They're complaining about time, energy, and money. It's very likely one of those three things are happening, or all of them.
Mhm.
So just a clear example: while you're up there on the roof, or while you're here, do this. That's you're feeding into that customer mentality. Is like, hey, you're here. You should give me a discount on the next. I know you gave me a proposal. If you magically actually did that, gave a proposal for roofing, painting, windows, all those things, the customer is going to expect a discount because while you're here, and then you're like, well, I want the job, so I'm going to give a discount, even though the costs are still the same. Your acquisition cost has drastically reduced, but your profitability has drastically reduced as well.
You do the
Because
paper napkin math of
yeah,
like, well, I'll just throw 300 or 400 on
I'm going
top
to
of
make
that because we're already making
$15,000. Yeah,
our money over here.
yeah.
But like, there's sunk cost, there's time, like there's a lot of things that
Time is a
happen.
big thing. I preach this a lot. I I get messaged yesterday. I know you love standing seam. I don't really love jobs that take longer than 1 day.
Mm-hmm.
Customers don't like it, and it's way less profitable. There's more things to come up with that are wrong with the job. Like we should be shooting for jobs that take 1 day. There are window guys who can replace 50 windows in a day. They have a crew. They can make it. They can do it exactly right. They go and replace 50 windows in a day. I've seen it happen. 2-man crew did it, and it was awesome. Great work. Whatever trade you're selling, you should be doing that. Your goal should be 1 day jobs. There's a really popular franchise in the Northeast called One Day Bathroom. No,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Something like that. I know what you're
it
talking
is
about.
unbelievably hundreds of millions of dollars.
They've come down south too.
I'm just telling you, like, they have it right. They're preaching what I'm saying. Pick a trade, maybe two, and try to do it all in 1 day. You will be profitable. Your acquisition costs will be it it will be higher, but your profitability will be probably double or maybe even triple than what doing the jack of all trades is doing. I don't care if you're a small company or a large company. Really look at your numbers and see the actual profit at the end of those jobs. I mean, we just did a $57,000 standing seam roof. That sounds great. And it was almost $18,000 of profit. It took us 6 days. So it's $3,000 a day of gross profit. That's not good. That's not. The customer fortunately was out of town, but they don't. That's how long
Saying
the
it's
jobs
Really
better to
important.
do the one job in 1 day for 4,200. Is that what you're saying?
way better.
That's a
Way
really
better.
good way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Like a really good way. And way I haven't thought
$18,000
too much about, to
looks
be
great.
honest.
$18,000 looks great. But if you know it's going to take 5 or 6 days, it's not a good job. It's
Yeah.
not. You need to be making more than that. The math for us is $4,200 a day. Like we need to be gross profiting 42. Like that's the baseline. And if you're not doing that in today's dollars in 2024, you need to increase that. Whatever your margin is, it needs to be at least $4,200.
Yeah.
Let's
I
get
would say
back.
3 to 5 roofs a week. If you're not doing that, then you're gonna really have trouble. And I know I know that's tough. I don't have any interest in being out in the field doing 3 to 5 roofs a day. Like I focus on the business side of things for a reason, because I don't like to get all crazy out there, but that's partially because I know what you need to do. Like I know these are the numbers, these are the things that you need. And if you don't do it, you're really, really gonna struggle. And the math, like you have to follow the numbers and then make decisions from the numbers and then based off of your time. But also you have to make sure your time and the numbers are related. Like you have to have a monetary value on your time, but you also can do exactly what you just said. Like I really hadn't thought about that. So I'm like, you got my mind spinning. But $18,000 gross profit over 6 days is $3,000 gross profit a day, which is less than one $12,000 or $13,000 roof. Like that should be mind blowing to anyone who's chasing commercial right now, for instance, for the first time, or anyone who's trying to get into like some of these other bigger specialty roofs. And you need to do the math like that. And you need to look at the numbers in as many different ways as you can. Like that's an example of a way I hadn't thought about that makes immediate sense. So that's just good. I just want
That's good. Got to do that. That
got me
math.
a little fired up on that one.
Let's circle back because I think we got a really good sidetrack here, but let's kind of come back talking about the marketing stuff because I think we really established well like the problem is there, like with the way most companies are kind of in this endless cycle. And I really want to finish that thought out and transition to from your perspective, Brad, like what is the things that companies should be doing instead? How do they get out of that cycle? Can we let's talk about that.
So I think one of the big things, like step one is understanding cost per acquisition is not as it's not as low as you think it is, or at least it's something that you really need to consider. Step two is really looking for opportunities that compound. And this is where I get nerdy and maybe I lose some people, but like it's the best way, like find exponential opportunities in your client acquisition.
Example. So we just started
that.
Peach State Roofing just started your program. Yes. We are excited. My team, I just hired a new guy. He was very impressed with Elizabeth and she's just going through the process and because our values align with what you guys are doing. So it makes sense for us to start this program with you. Just give like our viewers, our audience, just a couple different things that we're going to be going through in our training. Just like real practical things that they're probably not doing or that you see when you work with other clients.
Easy. So I'll give you as abbreviated version of the whole process as I can. We have our 4 growth engines, and those are 4 things that we want to help you install into your sales and production process that are meant to turn one opportunity into many. Those are direct mail strategies around appointments and builds. They're canvassing strategies around appointments and builds, and not just door knocking. Like it's nuanced. So watch my videos. I give a lot away. Ways of communicating with prospects and then the neighbors that you do end up talking to that will increase conversion rates.